Okay, here we go. Looks like we are live now. Got a couple people. One of them's me, so that doesn't count. Let me flip my monitor over so I can see. Yeah, I can't see my head. There we go. Okay, let's move that out of the way. Oh, my controller's all the way over here. Looks like we are live now. Got a couple people. Okay. Get comfortable. I played a little bit last night, but I was using like save points. So I haven't decided if for the live stream I'm going to use save points or not. We'll see. I'm going to wait till we get a couple people in here before I start playing. See if we can get a couple people in the live chat anyway. I've got this, this thing's kind of cool. It's a 3D printed holder for the NES controller, because these things we didn't realize it back in the 80s, but these corners are really kind of uncomfortable and kind of hard to hold for a long period of time, especially when you're like gritting down your teeth and trying to play. So this makes it a little more modern, but you still get the same controller feel. That electronics fool says he's just about to go to bed, but he's going to watch for a little bit. I know I do these live streams kind of late, especially if you're like not in the Pacific time zone. I guess it's early for people in Hawaii, but how's the sound, Alex? I don't have the game started yet. I'll start the game so you can hear the sound. Just let me know if it's too loud. I tried to balance it out. I don't know if I can play this with people watching. I've never really, I've never really played with anyone watching me before. Fortunately, I don't have it. There shouldn't be any delay. The capture card I'm using, I think, doesn't introduce any delay. I'm gonna pause for a second. Sound is good. Okay, good, thank you. Yeah, we've gotten used to these rounded modern controllers, and then you pick up an NES controller if you haven't used it in a while, and it can feel like you're holding the sharp edges of a knife. Yes, I'm using I have a really nice HDMI capture card. I'm not gonna get that. I have a really nice HDMI capture card that I use for my camera and whatnot, but it doesn't have a way to simultaneously watch the source, and so I'd have to watch it through OBS, and then the lag would make this unplayable. So I'm using my less nice capture card, but I think it's meant for gaming, so. Just checking on the chat there for a second. So, all right, so what should I do here? Am I gonna go to the warp zone, or am I gonna try to do the weird trick? Let's go to the warp zone. Whoa! See, I should have just played through. Good thing I got the extra life. That's all right. Let's go down here and avoid any temptation of messing around so we can clear this level. So last night I beat the game, but with the caveat that I used a bunch of save points. So I don't know if that counts. I don't think I've ever fully beaten the game just straight without, saving progress and coming back to it. Which, you know, in the 80s when you had Game Genie, that was like fully cheating. But today there's really not any games that you would consider doing that with, right? Is there any game that you'd play from start to finish in one sitting and leave the machine? You used to have to leave the machine on, leave the console on. If it was dinner time. Because there was no way to save it back then. I'm using the EverDrive N8, which is, I guess it's, I mean, it's not it's like emulating a cartridge. It's emulating the memory mappers and the cartridge hardware, but it's still playing on real hardware. I'm playing on my original NES. But the cartridge, I'll show you the menu for anybody who hasn't seen it. So it's like, you can save your current state. So I'll go into like, let's go into a blank slot. We'll go into 95 and I'll save my state. So now if I were to go into here, oops, I can go into a different slot. So like, that's from last year. Let's do one. That's 2/28/26. So this is last night, right? So if I load this, I'm in 7.2, and that's where I was last night. But I'm going to go back to where I was in 95, which is the state I was just at for 4.2. So it's kind of nice to have the save states on the original hardware, because you get all the benefits of the original hardware, but you get the save states, so you don't have to leave your console on to save your progress. I don't know if I want to be big here. I don't know. Does it matter? I think I can do this without being big. I mean, while being big. If I go in, yeah, do this. There we go. Let me catch up in the chat here for a second. Yeah, there was one day that my cousin and I played Mario 3 all day trying to beat it. Eventually had to leave and kept it on. Eventually, finally kept at it. Eventually, finally beat it. Yeah, I mean, it would take like the whole day to beat a game like Mario 3. And there was no way to save your progress. So I'm working on, if you've seen my other live streams, I'm working on a Famicom disk system, the Twin Famicom. And the disk system, the Twin Famicom, that let you save your progress and save your games in certain games. Certain titles had that built in because you could write to the disk. The problem with the cartridges were that the problem with the cartridges were that they didn't have any memory, you know, RAM. You couldn't write to them. So in order to solve that, they'd put batteries in the cartridges, but that didn't come about till later. So games like Super Mario Brothers, there was no way to save your progress early on. This is a longer level than it looks like. You think you're done and you're not done. Got somebody else joined us here. A few people watching. Somehow this is harder just because you get psyched out by those pits. But so you tuck in here, go up here, knock him out. So I'm going to save my state right here, just in case I die, because it starts to get crazy hard here. I mean, this is just the beginning of like the craziness. If you've ever played, I can't remember how to do this now. There we go. If you've ever played the Lost Levels or the original Super Mario Brothers 3, oh! If you've ever played those, that game, the original, what was the sequel in Japan to this, it's super hard. And it's like every level in the Lost Levels is as hard as, or every world is as hard as World 8. Ah. My timing is off now. This is my last life. Fortunately, there's a, I don't know, is it legal when you hold down A and you continue at World 8? Since that's built into the game, I'd say that's legal. You're not using any mechanism that wasn't built into the game, if anybody cares about that. So if I die here, which I am going to do, if I hold down A and press start, I think, is it A? Pretty sure it's A. And press start, I start at World 8-1. And that's built into the original game, so I don't consider that cheating. Especially considering there's no save states in the original cartridge. But if we don't care about cheating, which maybe we don't tonight, we can go back into here and we can load the state and we end up in 8-2. And we still die. Here, let's do that again. All right, a third time. I have all the All-Stars SNES cartridges, but I haven't played the Lost Levels. Yeah, try the Lost Levels if you haven't played it. Eesh. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculously hard. I've only played it a little bit. I have it on Famicom Disk System. Okay. World 8 is just ridiculously hard. It's the timing. There's so many enemies here. And then this thing is, I didn't remember. I did it once. It's like if I've done it before, I can't do it again. But if I haven't done it in a while, I can always do it on the first try. I don't know what that is about this game, but oh, I hit the button, but it didn't go. All right, let's try it one more time. Maybe I have to turn streaming off to beat it, to beat this level. Oh, let's see. Can we do it? Oh yeah, the hold A trick. I didn't know about it in 1980, or 1988 when I was playing this game. I don't think you can do it like that. You have got to do it while you're moving. You need the inertia. Yeah, the hold A trick. There it is. I didn't know about it back then, but apparently it was built into the game. It's like one of those, what do they call that? The Bernstein Bears effect? Ugh. No! All right, I'm all discombobulated. Yeah, the hold A trick. It's better than nothing. You still have to leave the console on. So let's say you'd gotten to World 8, but, you know, you died like I have many times here. Then you do the hold A, and you can come back. But if the console goes off, that's it. You're back to World 1-1. So it was better than nothing, but it would be nice if it was in the instruction manual back then. The Mandela effect, yeah. So what's the Bernstein Bears thing? Oh, it's the Mandela effect, and then the Bernstein Bears are the are an example of the Mandela effect. That's right, yeah. It's a Mandela effect, though, right? All right, I have to do this again. Nope. 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 This is nice because you can just practice this. Get your timing down. There it is. All right. I'm going to save a spot there. Good thing I did. The Mandela effect. Yeah, what are some other examples of the Mandela effect? There's like... the Bernstein Bears, how it's spelled. Oh, I should have waited for 6 on the clock and I would have gotten the fireworks. Are you laughing at my ridiculous number of attempts to get over that pipe and space there? Let me see what's going on. Oh, I got 5 people watching. You know, I brought this, I think I said this on my other live streams. I brought this game to VCF, to my table, to my exhibit. Ah! And people love it. People love Super Mario Brothers. And misremembering certain movie quotes. Yeah, that's another good example. People swear that, save from here. People swear that certain lines that get remembered are what was actually said, and it's not. I'm trying to think of one. It's hard for my brain to process all of that. Oh, what I was going to say about this was that people love this game. And Duck Hunt. So I don't think there'll be a year that I exhibit at VCF and I don't bring Super Mario Brothers and Duck Hunt. The thing about Duck Hunt is the light gun. People love the light gun. Because you can't really use it anymore on modern TVs. Save from here. I know this is cheating, but who wants to start the game all over again and play? And play the same 7 levels over and over. How do you ever get good at level 8 if you don't get practice? Or World 8, I should say. Whew! All right. Let's save from here. I think I get some fireworks for 3, right? So brother says hello everyone. Hello brother. And then Alex CV7QJ says, in OG Super Mario, can you jump on the bullets? Yeah, you can. Yes, oh, you saw me do it. Yeah, I guess I did. So let me save here. Yeah, you can jump on the bullets. They're slow moving bullets. So it's called Bullet Bill in, let me just see where we are. 8.4. I'm gonna pull out I have my game atlas. Can you see this? Yeah, the game atlas. And I think I'm in a maze at this point. So this was published by Nintendo, so it's official, right? I'm not cheating with this. I don't know how you'd beat this game. I can imagine getting this game, and if you know, with no internet, there was no way to know the little secrets. And this secret is nuts. I don't know if I can show you. But if you've never played the OG Super Mario Brothers through, because 8.4, World 8.4 is the last one. But this, it's going to be hard for you to see. But that is the map of the last stage. And you'll see what I have to do. But I'm going to have the book open because it's basically every third pipe you go down. Every time you see a pipe, you go 1, 2, 3. So let me just back up and I'll show you. So this is the beginning of the level right here. You start on the stairs before the lava pit. You go 1, 2, 3, and you go down that pipe. And then you come up and you go 1, 2, 3, and you go down 4. So you got to go 1, 2, 3, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 1, 2, 3, and then you're at the end and you've got Bowser. So the issue is that you would have to, someone would have had to tell you that, or you're going to be stuck forever, just looping through here. So 1, 2, then through here, down this, and then down here. And then it's 4, I think. 1, 2, 3, and then you have to go, oh man. And there's a thing here, yeah. So then you have to go up here. Now if you keep going to the right, the level never ends. So to me it seems a little unfair. It's like you made it all this way, you beat all those enemies, and then the last thing is a maze to which, you know, if you're an 80s kid, an early 90s kid, you're trying to play. And how do you find the end of this game without this book? It might have been in Nintendo Power too, but that required a magazine subscription. Let me see. I gotta pull it up because I don't remember what happens here. So, okay, so I went through the overhead thing, and now I go 1, 2, 3. So after the next lava pit, I have to go down that. 1, 2, 3. Over the lava pit, then down this. Now I'm going to save here, and I have to swim. Let me just check in with the chat. I'm just going to chill and watch you. Okay, yeah. That's awesome. I am just going to chill and play. Hopefully, beating Bowser. In a few minutes here. Oh man. Alright, I'm gonna save just so I don't have to go through that again. Yeah, see. I keep doing the same thing. Okay. Nope. How am I gonna get this guy? There we go. Okay, now we gotta time this. Now the thing to do with him, there it is just go for him, right? You just gotta like jump over him. The more time you spend messing around trying to time it, it doesn't work. Okay, so here's another trick. I mean, they tell you what to do, but it's not really obvious. You see it says, "Thank you, Mario. Your quest is over. We present you a new quest. push the B button to select a world. And you think, oh, well, if you'd beat this for the first time, you'd think, oh, there's a whole other game, right? Well, no. Press the B button, and then the game starts over. If I press start, I'm at world 1-1. But if I press B, you see it says world 2-1. Press B again, world 3-1. 4-1, 5-1, 6-1, 7-1, 8-1. So basically, if you beat the game, then you can play any one of the worlds until you power off the machine. So I could go back to 8-1, and now I'm back in 8-1. And this was built into the cartridge. This isn't anything that I did with my my EverDrive or anything. So back to 8-1. I am not going to do that though. Oh, let me just check in. I was searching, watching YouTube videos on how to hook up an NES to a smart TV. I digress. Searching, and I found your channel. Well, welcome. Yeah, check out the other videos. I don't usually do like live gameplay. In fact, this is the first time I've done live gameplay video. Normally I do like hardware, messing around with hardware. So there's a couple videos about Nintendo, NES, Commodore 64, some other things. Working on a couple videos too. This is a cool game. A couple NES and Famicom videos. This is a cool game. It's kind of a Mario clone, but I mean it was licensed. It was a legit game. But I used to like this as a kid. I had this cartridge. So now if somebody comes in, they're going to be like, this isn't Super Mario. I know. But we beat it. Beat it. Sort of. I don't know if that counts. One day I will beat it without any help of save states, but you know, you need to practice. We're spoiled now with save states. So yeah, it's kind of a combination of, well, it's a lot like Super Mario Bros. 3, this game. You're collecting things. So you're like so those guys are bad. The unceremonious Bowser kill, yeah. I just saw your comment, Alex. It was a very unceremonious Bowser kill. So that's an M card, we need that card. So then we're just gonna flip back around to the... It's like the Upside Down, it's Stranger Things before Stranger Things existed. Ooh! Yeah, it was an unceremonious Bowser kill. You don't want to go down there. Those flashing arrows just send you back to the beginning, and that's no fun. That's the end of the level. They do get a little harder. I turned on something down here. Yeah, unceremonious Bowser kill. Just run by him. Just small. You're not even Super Mario. You're regular Mario. You just run by him. Don't get tangled up in his fireballs and all that stuff. Or you'll inevitably, you won't make it. So as I remember, when you're holding a brick, it makes you heavier, so you go higher on those little catapults. I don't know, how do I get that? I think I have to flip upside down to get it. I don't remember. Let's see if we can... This thing. There's a piranha in the water. So you can go in the water, but the piranha will get you. So, yeah. That's how you go up here. Man, McDonald's used to be so much more fun from 1980s to like 2010. Playpens and off-brand video games. Now they're just sterile gray boxes with tablets and inaccessible ketchup. Yeah, no kidding. This like would never come from McDonald's today, right? So I don't know if anybody else remembers this, but I remember McDonald's was giving away what was like a plastic record. So it was like a regular record, you know, but it, let's see if I can get up here. It was like a flimsy plastic record, not a real, you know, vinyl. And what you were supposed to do was play it at home on your record player, because back then everyone had a record player. Woo! And if they completed playing the whole song, and I'll have to find the song. Maybe I'll link to it in the description if I can find it. But there was, if they got through this whole little jingle, then you won like $1 million, right? And I think there was some scandal with it, like somebody who worked for McDonald's got the winning record or something. I don't know, maybe I'm making this up. Maybe this is Mandela effect, I'm not sure. But I thought there was some kind of scandalous thing that happened with this record sweepstakes. But that was another cool thing that McDonald's did in the 80s, you know? I don't know how you get across here. No, you can't. I should save a state. Let's save this. Looks like I have something from the fall. So the file date is 4th day, 10th month, 2025. We'll just go to a blank slot. I highly recommend the EverDrive if you have an original Nintendo NES and you're looking for like a multi-cart that gives you some additional features. It's definitely nope. It's definitely worthwhile. It's a little expensive, and they come from Ukraine, which is kind of cool. But I got mine in like, there we go. I got mine in a matter of a couple weeks at the most, I think. There's the McDonald's card that we're looking for. I saw a video from Wendover, I think. This is Alex in the chat. I think about the logistics of McDonald's monopoly, perhaps as a result of the record scandal. Yeah, there's something about like their monopoly thing, and maybe it was the Monopoly game that got compromised early on. It might not have been the record. I'll have to look it up, but I know that they have to run their sweepstakes super, you know, they have a lot of oversight, like state lottery oversight, because of the amount of trouble they got in for this scandal that they had early on with their games. But let me just adjust my mic here. What else did you say? This game has more visible effort than I've seen in my last decade of McDonald's visits combined. And Cristobal says he remembers the record. Chris, if you are there, if you're still there, see if you can find a link to the audio of that record. I bet it's easy to find. You post it in the chat if you can find it. Otherwise I will after the video's done. But I feel like that that record, whoa! That record was pretty funny. I remember the lyrics were like, they were just singing all of the menu items. So it was like regular or larger size, da-na-na-na-na-na, and they'd get through this whole thing, and then everyone couldn't remember the lyrics, and they'd stop singing, and you'd lose. Alex says he has an equivalent flash cart for Game Boy, Game Boy Advance from same manufacturer, I believe. Yeah, it probably is, the EverDrive. He makes it for everything, and he makes different levels. I think it's great because, you know, they can get really expensive. You can spend a couple $100s on this multi-cart, but you don't have to, and he has versions of it for kind of different price points with different features. So super well thought out. I think there are clones out there, but he's the originator of it. And you know, if you're serious about, if you're going to play this more than a couple hours, it might be worth supporting it. Can you go down and jump up? No, that's just Super Mario 2. I don't remember how to get over here. Maybe it's... No, you can't stand on anything. I don't remember. I don't remember how to get over there. So maybe we have to flip up. Whoa, there's some weird artifacts there. Maybe we have to flip upside down in another part of the level. Oh, this is the one where you have to... Okay, so you need to be holding something in order to activate that. Yeah, there it is. And now I've got the little block that... I'm trying to get the little coins, the McDonald's coins, but that's not working. So this is a special block, the beveled block, because it fits into something. You can then, but all right, I don't know what it fits into. Got a card. Let's carry it forward a bit and see if we can figure out what I am supposed to put this in. I feel like there's got to be a way to flip up into the upside down, but I don't know where. I'm just checking with the chat. Dang, no clue where I was. Probably under a rock, but I don't remember anything about this record you're talking about. That electronics fool said that. Yeah. I don't think it was regional. I was on the East Coast at the time, but I don't think it was regional. Flash carts are pretty rad. A lot of original cartridges are getting pretty heavily marked up, at least for Game Boy, Game Boy Advance. Nice to be able to just run the ROM. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, people, I don't know what to do with that. I'm just going to end this level. A lot of people are, you can still get Nintendo cartridges pretty cheap. The NES cartridge is pretty cheap, but stuff that has boxes and manuals are crazy expensive. Which, I don't know, that doesn't really interest me. I mean, if you've got a collection of these original games, that's cool, but I don't really see myself like, oh, this is hard. Spending a lot of money collecting stuff like that. Ugh. Because it's more stuff to store. I mean, I like the original cartridges, but I don't know that I want to be responsible for keeping things that are like clean in a box in mint condition or near mint condition in my lifetime. I didn't do it the first time around when I had these games, so I don't know if I should be trusted to do it the second time around. Oop, it clipped me. I'm gonna save my state here. All right, so like, what should I do? Maybe I'll carry this up and then chuck this at that guy. What is that guy? Is he like a beaver? What if you go over it? Bubble Bobble is expensive, yeah. One of the Flintstones NES carts is hella expensive. There's cheap games for Game Boy, but the Pokemon games are quite pricey. Yeah, I think Pokemon Emerald is north of 250, assuming you even get an original. A woodchuck, yeah, maybe it's a woodchuck. All right. We don't need any more cards, so we can go back. I don't even think we need to go to level 6 if we've got all those cards. We can go back to Ronald and say, Ronald's not even part of the McDonald's franchise anymore, right? See, yeah, you found enough of my puzzle cards. Hurry on to Birdie's treehouse. Hamburglar was last seen there with my bag of magic. That's the storyline. I might have skipped through it, but you're trying to get catch Hamburglar. But they don't even have these characters anymore at McDonald's. I think this is as far as I ever got, was this crazy world. This is like bananas. Yeah. Yeah, here he is. Oh no. Okay. Oh, the sound skipped out there. There's the card that we need. Ooh, I got it. I landed there first try. All right, can I land on the cloud first try, though? Yes. See, now I can't do that again. Right? I did it once. Ooh, there's a 1. All right, so how do you get those? Those are 1-ups. They're extra lives, but I don't know how you get down there. Nope. You can't. There's nothing below, so a little it's a little inexplicable, some of this game. You don't really know where vertical, where the vertical worlds end and whatnot. You have to kind of do it once to learn. So what are those, bananas? I was looking at the chat. I missed my opportunity. All right, let's see if we can get this guy out at the top. Yeah. All right, can we do it? Yes. Okay, so here's a cloud, so I can go over here. Now, if I remember correctly, there's another banana guy here. No, there's this thing. Now, it's all about the timing with that. I kind of want to see what's up there, so... Man, this is crazy. Yee! Ah! Now, sometimes you just have to wait. This is like it when you're sitting in traffic and your blinkers on, and then the guy in front of you's blinkers on, and you're trying to wait for them to get synced up, and then they're synced for a second, and then they fall out of sync again. Cristobal says he's going to take his NES out of storage and see what games he and his brother had. Yeah, where is it? Check it out. Get it. The nice thing about the NES, too, is that... Alright, forget that. There's something cool there, but I don't know how you get the timing right to do that. You spend all day. The nice thing about the NES is that it has AV in and out. So, it's not just RF. The original Japanese Famicom was RF only, which in today's modern world, is unfortunate because it's hard to find things that can handle RF. This is like a ridiculously hard level. Okay, there's the card. And then you just fall. So if I remember correctly, that stuff falls out from underneath you if you spend too much time on it. Yeah, gone. I'm gonna save. Let's just see what other games we have. I feel like this one's getting old. Excite Bike. Meh. Top Gun. Space Shuttle Project is immensely boring, but is just kind of a nostalgic favorite for me because I had it as a kid. Spy versus Spy is fun as a two-player game. It's not really fun against the computer. Favorites? What did I have in favorites? Yeah, these were games that like were my favorites but weren't necessarily I didn't necessarily have as a kid. All right, so this one's kind of fun. So Galaxians. So this is the original, I think. If I select and start, I'll just show you this. This is an oldie, original game. But the way this works, and I'm going to show you this, is more for technical reasons. So each bullet has to be fired by pressing a button down. You can't, there's no turbo built in, you know. You have, if you want it to fire, you have to keep pressing, and you can only have one bullet on the screen at any given time. So the game moves really slowly, and it's kind of boring by modern standards. So let's go out of it, exit the game, and then go into, this is fast mode, patched. This was an episode of Adrian's Digital Basement, and he went in on an emulator. This was really cool, I thought, because as a kid, I always wondered how these games worked. I've got a question here. Is this different from Galaga? Yeah, I'll show you Galaga in a minute. Galaxians and Galaga, I don't know if, were they, I think they were just like, Galaga was a sequel to Galaxians. I'm not sure. And it got rid of some of the annoying things about Galaxians. So that the thing about Galaxians is that Galaxian is that it's annoying because you have to keep pressing down the fire button. So what Adrian did on his video was he went in on an emulator and he looked at the hex code live and he showed you exactly where these different things lived. So you could kind of see, you know, how the game worked, and you could see values changing. So now I just have to hold down the A button and it keeps firing. It makes the game so much more playable. It's a lot more fun like this. Okay, so the last thing he did, and I've got, yeah, the infinite lives. So he looked for the a value that was decrementing every time you lost a life. And he made it like, I think we made it a higher number. He made it a higher number, so then I was following along with the video and I was doing it on my own copy of Galaxian. So now when you die, notice the spaceships up in the top left, or top right, next to the flag. They don't decrement, it's 3. I have 3 no matter what. Now, I don't think it's infinite. I think it's like 99 or whatever the value is. Whatever the largest value can be in that. Maybe it's 255, I'm not sure. Anyway, that's Galaxian. And then Galaga, wait, before I load Galaga, is it Galaxian or Galaxians? Galaxian, yeah, I don't know why it says. So this is Namcot, which was Namco's US label for home video games. And then Galaga, was that Namco also? FMG. Yeah, maybe it wasn't a sequel, but it's certainly a very similar game. See, they just move a lot more. This is Galaga. And it's got the built-in turbo where you don't have to press the button down. You can just hold it and you're firing. This is a bit more fun, a bit more fast-paced. It's a pretty good game. So, anyway, let's see. How long have we been doing this? It doesn't tell me. I think a while. So I might cut it here because we're coming up on 10:30. I'm going to wind down. But thanks everybody for joining me for a little old school 8-bit fun. I just had an urge to play and test out this live streaming. So I hope you'll find your way back here for the next Digital Voyage.